Somewhere right now, someone is staring at their RBC app. The number on their screen has a minus sign in front of it. They stare at it like it might change if they look long enough. It doesn't. They overdrafted by $6. Just $6. A Tim Hortons order they forgot was on autopay. The bank doesn't care that it was $6. The bank cares about the math, and the math says they went below zero. That's the NSF fee, $45. The penalty for being broke is that you become more broke. This is how Canadian banks treat you when you have nothing. By the end of this video, you will see exactly how that changes, level by level, all the way to $5 million. And I promise you, the difference between the bottom and the top is not what you think it is. Level 1, negative balance. The $6 Tim Hortons charge processed at 2 a.m. The NSF fee hit at 2:01, $45, before you woke up. You try to call RBC. The automated system asks you to press 1 for English, then 2 for personal banking, then 3 for account inquiries. Then it puts you on hold. The music is something that used to be a song. You wait 11 minutes. A voice answers, reads from a script, tells you NSF fees cannot be reversed at this time. You ask to speak to someone else. The voice says a callback will happen within 48 hours. Nobody calls back. Meanwhile, your hydro payment bounced. Ontario Hydro charges a $25 returned payment fee. Your phone bill bounced. Rogers charges $20. The $6 coffee is now costing you $135, and the number keeps moving in the wrong direction. You walk into the branch on Thursday. The teller looks at her screen. Her face changes in a way you have seen before. Not anger, not pity. Something colder. You watch yourself stop being a person on her screen and start being a file, a risk score with shoes. You leave without saying what you came to say, because somewhere between the $6 and the unreturned call and the bounced hydro bill, you stopped feeling like a customer. You started feeling like a problem. Level 2, $500. You are not negative anymore. You pulled the account back. 2 weeks of packed lunches and skipped transit rides. You did it. Nobody clapped. The bank notices, but not the way you hoped. The monthly account fee hits anyway, $16.95, quietly withdrawn. The minimum balance to avoid it is $4,000. You do not have $4,000, so the fee stays. You are paying a Canadian bank to hold the money you barely have. You apply for a credit card. TD offers you a secured one. You have to give them $500 of your own money so they can lend it back to you at 22.99% interest. You read the offer twice. They want your money as collateral to lend you your money. You do not take it. Which means when your car needs a $400 repair on a February morning in Mississauga, you cannot put it on plastic. You take the bus, an hour and 40 minutes each way. Your manager does not fire you. He just looks at you a little longer than usual. You walk into the branch to ask about the monthly fee. The teller is helping the person ahead of you, smiling, asking about their weekend. When you step up, the smile changes, becomes professional, trained. The energy in the room shifts, and you feel yourself become a different category of person without anyone saying a word. She processes your request in 30 seconds, does not ask if there is anything else, does not say, "Have a good day." The next person steps up and the smile returns. The bank does not see you as a customer at $500. The bank does not see you at all. You exist on their books. You do not exist in their attention. Level 3, $5,000. Something shifted, not dramatically, but the way the bank looks at you has changed. Your direct deposit hits every 2 weeks, consistent, predictable. The pattern you have held for 8 months is the only thing about you that interests the system. The monthly fee disappears, not because you asked, because your balance crossed a threshold that makes you worth keeping. The first time it happens, you check 3 times to make sure. The same fee that drained your account for years just stopped existing. Nothing changed except your number matched a profile that earns the bank money. A credit card offer arrives in the mail, a real one this time. BMO Cashback MasterCard, $2,000 limit, your name printed cleanly on the envelope, pre-approved. The same institution that turned you down 8 months ago is now courting you. You did not change, the number did. You walk into the branch and the teller says good morning before you reach the counter. Not the warmth she gives certain customers, but not the silence she gave you at $500 either. Something in between. Recognition without connection. Service without effort. You apply for a small personal loan, $8,000 for a used car, approved in 72 hours, prime plus 4%. Not great, not terrible. The process worked the way the commercials always promised it would. You realize something nobody tells you. The bank does not care who you are. The bank cares what your account looks like. And at $5,000, your account looks like something they can sell things to. You are not invisible anymore. You are not respected either. You are profitable. Level 4, $25,000. You log into the app one Tuesday morning and notice the credit limit changed. $2,000 became $8,500. You did not ask, you did not apply. The bank just decided you were worth more rope. The next week, a person calls you. Not automated, a person. Your bank has assigned you a personal banker. She says her name twice and gives you a direct line. She asks about your goals, your timeline, your savings. She wants to schedule a 15-minute review. The same institution that put you on hold for 11 minutes at negative balance just dialed your number first thing on a Wednesday morning. Your next car loan rate drops. The rate that would have been prime plus 4 at $5,000 is now prime plus 1.5. The price of money got cheaper, not because you negotiated, but because you stopped being a risk. A fee shows up on your statement, $32 for a wire transfer. You call your personal banker. 4 hours later, it is reversed. No phone tree, no script. Just a message that says, taken care of. The same fees that drained you for years are now optional. The system did not change, your tier did. You open a TFSA. Your banker walks you through it on the phone. The interest rate on the HISA inside the TFSA is better than what they offer walk-in customers. A published rate exists. Your rate is better. You realize something that was hidden from you at every level below this one. The bank was not mean to you when you were broke. The bank was just indifferent. And indifference at scale looks exactly like cruelty. Level 5, $100,000. The bank calls you a valued client now. The word appears on your statements, on the email signature of the person who handles your account. You did not earn that title. The number did. Your personal banker becomes a real person, a man named Michael who knows you have a daughter starting university in September because you mentioned it once 6 months ago. He emails in August asking how the move went. The detail is not an accident. It is training. The bank teaches him to remember small things because small things keep accounts. You walk into the branch and someone stands up from an office to greet you. They guide you past the line where everyone else waits. The same line you stood in at $500. The line you did not know was optional because you were inside it. A pre-approval letter arrives, not for a credit card, for a $600,000 mortgage. TD decided what you can afford before you decided to buy a house. Your RRSP is flagged for a contribution room review. Michael emails to remind you that your contribution deadline is coming and asks if you want to schedule a call to discuss how to maximize your deduction before March. He does not want to sell you a product. He wants you to stay organized in a way that keeps your account growing. The bank does not see you as valued at $100,000. The bank sees you as worth defending. Level 6, $500,000. The bank stops being a place you go. It becomes a service that comes to you. Michael does not email anymore. Michael calls. And when he calls, he is not asking how you are. He is telling you about a GIC rate that will not be offered publicly until next week, but that you can lock in today. A colleague of his handles wealth management. He would like to introduce you. The colleague drives to your office, not the other way around. He brings printed reports in a folder with your name embossed on the cover. He asks about your tax structure, your estate plans, your retirement timeline, whether your RRSP meltdown strategy has been reviewed recently. The conversation lasts 90 minutes. At the end, he does not try to sell you anything. He just leaves a card and says he will follow up Tuesday. The selling already happened. You just did not notice it. You call about a wire transfer that froze on a Friday afternoon. Someone answers on the second ring. No hold music, no phone tree. The transfer is released in the same call. The same call would have taken 2 hours and 4 transfers to different departments at $500. You are not a customer at $500,000. You are an asset they protect. Level 7, $2 million, private banking. The phrase sounds like wealth management. It is not. Wealth management is a service. Private banking is a relationship. And relationships do not follow rules. They negotiate them. You do not have a banker anymore. You have a private banker. A woman at Scotiabank's private client group who manages fewer than 25 accounts. Yours is one of them. She knows your kids' names. She knows about the rental property in Kelowna because you mentioned it at a dinner in October. The interest rate on your mortgage is not published. It is negotiated. The investment minimum on a private note is waived because the relationship justifies it. The paperwork that takes a regular client 2 weeks is handled in 48 hours because someone was told whose file it is. You walk into a branch you have never visited and they know your name before you sign anything. A different banker stands up to introduce himself. The system has flagged you across every location, not because of fame, because of your position in the database. You sit in a meeting room in the Scotia Plaza building on King Street. No logo on the door. The table is a single piece of wood. The investment being discussed will not appear in any public prospectus. The room exists because clients like you exist. The room only opens when the relationship justifies it. The bank does not follow the same rules at $2 million. The bank quietly bends them for you. Level 8, $5 million. You do not have a banker anymore. You have a relationship. And the difference between those two words is the difference between this level and every level below it. Your relationship is a named line item in someone's quarterly review at Bay Street. Losing you would matter to careers. The institution does not compete to keep you. The institution organizes itself around not losing you. 3 people inside the bank exist partially because of your account. They do not know that. You do not either, but the math is real. The deals are bespoke, not from a menu, not from a brochure. Sentences written for one client. The interest rate on a credit facility is negotiated in a 15-minute call. The terms of an investment are drafted around your participation before you have agreed to participate. You do not apply for things at $5 million. Things apply to you. Investments come to you before they are available to the public. Deals are structured around your involvement before you have said yes. Private equity opportunities that require a $500,000 minimum are presented to you with the minimum already noted as flexible. But the real shift is not access, it is influence. The head of private wealth calls to ask what kind of service you expect from your banking relationship going forward. Your answer will be used in a strategy meeting next quarter. You are shaping the institution that once charged you $45 for being $6 overdrawn. The bank does not have a customer at $5 million. The bank has a partner. Somewhere, right now, someone is staring at their RBC app. The number on their screen has a minus sign in front of it. They overdrafted by $6. A Tim Hortons order they forgot was on autopay. The NSF fee hit before they woke up. $45 for $6. They try to call. The automated system asks them to press 1 for English. They do not know yet that the system is not broken. The system is working exactly the way it was built to work. The same institution that will one day drive to their office with a leather folder and a pre-negotiated interest rate is currently charging them $45 for not having enough. The bank does not change at every level. The bank decides who you are based on the number next to your name. You are the same person at every balance. The bank just decides what you are worth, based on what you have. What level are you at right now? Drop it in the comments. No judgment. Just curious how many Canadians in this community are looking at the same numbers and feeling the same things. If Loonie Lab is giving you the honest Canadian financial picture you have not found anywhere else, hit subscribe. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will see you in the next one.